Chester here for another Mario Kart Time video. So this is going to be the 18th Mario Kart Time episode. Alright, we're going to be doing some time trials today. But, not with anything. In Mario Kart, the vehicles are everything. Most of the time, the vehicles in Mario Kart everybody remembers are the karts, because the karts can be as bad as this thing, being as good as this thing, to being anywhere in between, to being a freaking monster truck, a cheap, this thing. And all everybody else remembers are the inside drifting bikes, and also the bit bike, because it has a world record on Grumble Volcano. But nobody really remembers the outside drifting bikes. They're just pushed aside. They're the worst vehicles. But why is that so? And more importantly, what makes them inferior? To what we're used to. So let's check out all 9 of the outside drifting bikes. There are 9 of these. 8 of these most people won't even think about. When you think Mario Kart Wii, who thinks the standard bike S? Might remember the bit bike for having that world record on Grumble Volcano with that glitch. Also, in today's video, you might notice I'm not using the Mii's. Oh wait, I need to go on the customer track to see the speedometer. I'm an idiot. Wait a second. What's yeah, it's Luigi Racing. So there are 9 of these. 8 of these are pretty irrelevant. Some people might argue 7, because everybody knows how hilariously bad the Phantom is. You may be thinking, what makes these worse than karts? They're just bikes with outside drift. They've got the wheelie, they got only blue sparks to drift. Seems like it should be not that bad of a trade-off, right? Haha, wrong. The problem is, these 9 bikes, it's not that these 9 bikes are just bad because of the outside drift. Well, that is what is really the factor, as the bit bike and Shooting Star might not be so bad if they had inside drift. As people with modding experience and making inside drift a thing for all outside drifting vehicles. Like Double Dash Wii. Double Dash Wii, we saw the inside drifting bit bike. The problem with that game is that game also lowers the speed of bikes by 1 km and increases the kart speed by 1 km. So, or in case of the baby booster, like 10. So, but still, the problem with these things is just that their stats aren't as good distribution-wise. On top of that, the wheelie doesn't really make up for the 1, lack of weight that you normally see in bikes, and 2, the lack of orange mini turbo. If these things had orange mini turbos, they might be relevant compared to karts. Like the Shooting Star might actually be decently good if it had orange mini turbo. But then again, then you have the inside drifting overpoweredness of the 9 inside drifting vehicles. But then this is how the game basically works. You have inside drifting the inside drifting bikes, well, majority, then karts, and some of the inside drifting bikes mixed in towards the top there. And then towards the bottom you have a mixture of outside drifting bikes and karts. Now the better outside drifting bikes are obviously the ones that are, well, the standard bikes S is interesting. I mean, it's an alright bike. It's got more so balanced stats, but overall, what do you expect out of a standard bike versus a standard kart? Comparing this thing to the standard kart, as you can see here, it has the acceleration, handling, drift, off-road, mini turbo advantage over the standard kart S, but in return it loses quite a bit of weight, as you can see that weight slider just drop there, and a tiny bit of speed. Now keep in mind this is with Baby Luigi has a +8 weight bonus, so these numbers are to be varied by the character you play as. I'm using Baby Luigi, who has the highest speed bonus of his weight class, and that will be a trend in the video, but just an honorable mention, and because she exists, we'll use her. We would use her for the bike. But Baby Daisy also has the same speed bonus as Baby Luigi, but instead of having the weight bonus, she has a small mini turbo bonus, drift and off, a smaller drift and off roads. I believe Baby Luigi is 5 speed, 8 weight, and Baby Daisy is 5 speed, 2 drift, 2 off road, 3 mini turbo. I believe that's how it is. And personally, I pick the character that makes the bullet bike as heavy as the Mach bike. And just 1 speed point slower, too. Basically turning the bullet bike into the almost Mach bike. And best of all, the bullet bike has better acceleration than the Mach bike. It has 32 acceleration. And then there's this thing, the Bit Bike. It's used for one world record that is on the Grumble Volcano Glitch category, or ultra shortcut, I think it's called, maybe. Basically where you move around the rock. I can't do it myself. The reason for this is this thing has 67 handling. As in, I can toggle this stick all I want. Even with the wheelie, I don't lose a lot of speed by moving the stick. And I was just in a wheelie, moving my stick all the way to the left. And I don't lose any speed in the wheelie. I get up to 87, I can move the stick all around all I want. I don't lose speed in my wheelie. This thing is like the Baby Booster, but in outside drifting bike form. And also 2 speed units slower. Yep, you heard it here first, folks. The Baby Booster is not the slowest vehicle in this game, but the Baby Booster is the worst for a simple reason. It's too gosh darn slow on straightaways. The thing that makes the Bit Bike better, even though it's technically slower, is that you're only feeling that slower when you're not on the straightaways. And even then, it's 2 points! Most of the time, 2 points isn't going to do you anything if your stats are inferior. Or the way you handle is inferior. Just look at the Sneakster versus Flame Runner. The Flame Runner is better because its stats are better all around. The Sneakster is just a less speed-oriented with some more drift spear. And yet again, it's got that +2 speed advantage over the Flame Runner. The Mach Bike's at a -5 at the Flame Runner. A -5, it still competes. But that's because the Mach Bike has better drift and is actually better on some tracks. When it comes to time trials and their overall world records, you've got a few vehicle variety. It's not like it's just all Flame Runner, all Mach Bike, and all Spear. No. For world records, we see the Flame Runner, Mach Bike. We see the Flame Runner, Mach Bike, Spear, obviously. But then there's also representation from other areas, such as the Mushroom Gorge Glitch category, I believe going to the Quacker. I'm going to be using Daisy standard bike here. And then there's the fact of the matter of the other oddities. Such as, for example, as mentioned, Grumble Volcano Glitch going to the Bit Bike, which is the only use of an outside drifting bike in a world record, FYI. I mean, there have been karts to hold the overall world record, and there still is. Rainbow Road is one of the only 2 courses that has its world record not as an inside drifting bike. His world record's actually the Flame Flyer, because cars can do better shortcuts on Rainbow Road if you're skilled enough anyway, than bikes can. Giving it about a 2-second lead over the Flame Runner time, I believe. It's pretty crazy. Although, that might change if the, well, Rainbow Road Ultra shortcut that still has yet to be done by humans on 100cc and 200cc. There is a glitch category for Rainbow Road. But so far, our only tasks on tool-assisted speedrun, where basically you have an emulator that you can choose what button to press on every frame of a game. And Mario Kart Wii runs at 60 frames per second. I'm not lying to you. Yep. A console that's basically just a beefed-up GameCube. So basically, 2001 hardware can run a 480p game at 60 FPS. And its name is Mario Kart. Did Double Dash run at 60 FPS? Or did it run at 30? I'm not sure. Maybe Double Dash did it first. Although when you think about it, the GameCube, this thing's actually inferior to the GameCube a little bit. With the GameCube, certain games can get up to 1080i. Well, on this thing, it's either 480p or 480i, whichever. I don't know how they get it. Mine to trigger 480p, so mine's actually 480i here, but still. And heck, if you run it on a Wii U, which I don't have because it's the Wii U. Trust me, if I see one for a good price, I will try to get my hands on it. If I see like a $125 Wii U, sold. Then if I ever get a capture card, which I might eventually, someday, I can get an HDMI one and call it quits there because I can just use the Wii U. But then there's the problem with my save data. More importantly, how the heck do I run CGP on a Wii U? It is possible, but still. More importantly, I won't be able to use the sacred GameCube controller. No. Unless the GameCube adapter for the Wii U works on Mario Kart Wii, which would be nice. Now, the Sugar Scoot. Think of this like an acceleration-based outside drifting bike. Funny enough, I used Luigi's Sugar Scoot to beat 100cc to unlock me characters. Like, just got first place in all the cups. I didn't care about rankings at that point. I was going back to get them later when I unlocked the ability to use karts because, at the time, I didn't know inside drifting bikes were actually good. I thought their drift style sucked. I thought it was horrible. Yeah, how wrong I was. Now watch this. The Sugar Scoot's got some pretty serious acceleration here. This thing only goes 78, and this is with Daisy, so this is the fastest this thing can go. Technically, that actually goes to its in-wheelie speed, but even that's probably not that impressive. Obviously, when you're mushrooming or boost padding with a wheelie, you go 120. Hey, look at that, 89 in a wheelie? That's, underwhelming. I mean, seriously, though, the Sugar Scoot, it's not a crazy... Typically, by Mario Kart standards, it might be Mario Kart Wii standards. Metagame. It might be a bad vehicle, but in my opinion, I can live with using it. Acceleration stats not bad. Geez, am I ever going to do a Mario Kart time episode that's actually Mario Kart 8 Deluxe again? I did 3 episodes of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and then it's just been Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart Wii everywhere. Sure, it's not been vanilla Mario Kart Wii. That would get boring. It's the mods that make this game fun. Like, if there wasn't mods and the variety of playing styles in this game, I probably would stick to 8 Deluxe, but You've got the outside drifting bikes, the inside drifting bikes, the carts. Each one can sometimes feel like a unique experience. Some make me want to rip my hair out of my head. I'm looking at you, Blue Falcon. I'm looking at you. Yeah, but that was the sugar scooter. Overall, yeah, look at this thing's stats. It's got good stats, but why is its drift so low? I feel like that's the problem with some of these outside drifting vehicles, is the drift just sucks. Like, where do you see good drift on an outside drifting bike? And we got the Zip Zip here. And actually, the Zip Zip has some impressive off-road. The Zip Zip's got pretty high off-road stat. So I'll probably show that off on some Sherbert Land. Zip Zip is an interesting bike. This thing just doesn't drift. Yeah, geez, this thing is pretty good on ice. Considering at max speed, it goes 80, so about the same as the Magic Cruiser. So this is basically just an outside drifting Magic Cruiser with less off-road. Because now the Magic Cruiser basically barely loses any speed when he goes off-road. This thing loses 2 km/h. Also, this thing has a horrible drift stat. Like, jeez. The freezies. This thing just can't drift to save its life. This is like Blue Falcon drift. And also, speaking of Blue Falcon drift, remember in the Double Dash Wii episode where I was looking at, the special, my holiday special episode, which isn't a Mario Kart time, FYI. It's not a Mario Kart time because it also features Smash Brothers. It's not a Mario Kart time. Never had intent of it being one, so that's one of the only Mario Kart videos on my channel that will ever not be a Mario Kart time episode. But technically, if you want to count the holiday special parts that aren't Smash as a Mario Kart time episode, I guess you could count that as Mario Kart time, like 18.5. Yeah, but look into it on my spreadsheets, and yeah, believe it or not, the Baby Booster does have worse drift than the Blue Falcon. The Baby Booster's drift is 37, the Blue Falcon's is 39. Yep. The all-speed, nothing-else vehicle, intended for the small class anyway, has a better drift stat than the slow acceleration-based vehicle that should have everything with speed and weight in its favor. Just the Zip Zip. And the Zip Zip has pretty good acceleration too. It's got wheels. That was it for the medium weight outside drift bikes. Now there's only one more weight class of these things to talk about. The heavyweights. Now the heavyweights have 4 of these bikes, ranging from meh, pretty darn good if had an inside drift, and vehicle we do not speak of. Let's go with the standard bike first. Back to the Luigi race, why not? Now, at this point, this is the one instance I think Nintendo had thought of game balancing here. With weight. They must have thought about this and said, okay, inside drift might make the vehicles kind of better than the others, but here's the thing, if weight's such a good thing, why not give the heavy class less less of a chance to get the best vehicle. Also, did they balance test Mario Kart Wii? That's my question right now. Did they? Because they obviously would have realized the problem with the flame runner. And Mach Bike. Right? Right? Your acceleration actually isn't half bad. Might be able to get away with not standstill mini turbo on this thing. I feel like if your acceleration stats over 35, you can get away with not standstilling. So basically, that would mean that Toad Mini Beast actually might actually have a chance of competing with me, or maybe Baby Luigi, because that would mean that Toad would boost the Mini Beast acceleration from 29 to 35. I have to see how fast it gains speed. So the heavyweight vehicles definitely have the most potential to be good with Inside Drift. Like the Shooting Star and Standard Bike L don't seem like they'd be bad choices at all with Inside Drift. And you might have been able to save the Phantom with Inside Drift and maybe the Wario Bike. Yes, Funky Kong actually has the highest speed bonus in this class. But did you know that Funky Kong only has a +7 of stats overall? 7! I mean, Daisy has the +4 speed, 2 drift, 2 off-road, and then 3 mini turbo. But Funky Kong has 7, 4 speed, and 3 off-road. Here's the Wario Bike. This bike actually looks pretty cool. This thing is slow, though. Notice that max wheelie speed of 91. We're at 79 km/h. This thing has pretty good acceleration. The problem is it's just too slow. If you ever looked at a list of really viable vehicles, the slowest viable vehicle is the Magic Cruiser. The Magic Cruiser! And the only reason it's really viable is because on 2 of the 32 Nintendo tracks, it's super overpowered. Yeah! Good idea of putting slightly off-road to make easy shortcuts / the only way you can traverse the track, and make one vehicle in the game that can be practically unaffected by it by pairing it with Toadette. Huh, that's not overpowered at all. Not at all. Probably break. Did I release A? I don't think I did. Definitely not playing 200cc. Let's demonstrate this thing's acceleration. Pretty fast. Let's see how its handling is. Alright, now we get into what is probably one of the best outside drifting bikes. Just shooting this down over. Koopa Trip Beach. This thing's pretty fast. I think this thing has, what, 50 speed? So it's decent in speed, alright. I mean, not as fast as the Mini Beast. Not even without any speed bonus characters, it's at 54 speed. The Mini Beast's base speed is 55. And my normal Mini Beast combo was 58. So, yeah, 4 points slower than what I usually use. Get a nose though, it's still on that 82. And this vehicle was barely creep into that then. With Funky Kong. Because plus 5 bonus in speed from a character is about a 0.903 kmh bonus. So basically a full kmh bonus just by using a specific character. 5 is the most of bonus of kmh you can possibly get in the game. It seems that 1 has to be some set value that the rest builds off of. This thing is not bad at all. And now it's time. It's time. For the worst vehicle. One of the worst vehicles. Like this one in Mario Kart Wii. This one's actually not that bad. But this thing just is the definition of how not to make a Mario Kart Wii vehicle. It is the most unique in terms of stats. Its stats are crazy. It has good stats in at least a decent stat in everything except drift. Well, that may not sound bad at the surface, but then you get into the gameplay with this thing. You realize, 1, its top speed's only 80. So slide 2, it doesn't drift. It just goes outside for days. This is taking outside drift to a whole new level. This is like Jet Setter drift. Oh wait, this thing has the worst drift stat in the game. Does it? I think it does. I'm not exaggerating here. I think this thing does have the worst drift stat in the game. It's worse than the Jet Setter. It's worse than the Jet Setter in drift. That's when you know you're bad. It's already crazy enough to think the Flame Runner isn't the worst in acceleration. It's actually the Flame Flyer with 16 acceleration. 16. Yep. You know that cart that does all the kart world records and has the world record at number 1? Yep. Got one of the has the worst stat in the game on one thing. Yeah, again, the Bit Bike also is on world record pace, so, yeah. and only one vehicle with a maximum high stat. Two vehicles with high stat in the games are used in world records. You know, Quacker and Magic Cruiser, off-road, offy-roady, and acceleration-y. Although Quackers are really used for acceleration, it's just used to abuse the physics of the wall easier with the low weight. The Phantom. This is what you play, and win the Mirror Lightning Cup, mind you. You have to place first place in the Mirror Lightning Cup to get this thing. The Mirror Lightning Cup to get the worst bike in the game, one of the worst vehicles in the game. It's up there with the Jet Setter and the Baby Booster and the Blue Falcon and Sprinter, I guess. And probably a classic dragster and off-roader too. Like, the off-roader also has an absurdly low drift stat. Wait, does the off-roader actually have the lowest drift stat in the game? Maybe that's the... No, the off-roader also has a ridiculously low drift stat. This thing. I just can't. It's just not good. It's just not a good idea. By comparison, look at this thing's drift stat. Look at that tiny little bar there. Yeah, noticeably more drift. On the Jet Setter. Look, you can see a huge difference in drift. This thing's stats are just weird. Like, compared to the Spear, it's just got weird stats, man. Like, the Spear's got tons of speed. This thing just, it's all over the place. And the Honeycomb isn't a bad vehicle at all. Thank you guys all so much for watching. But, what's our recording time like? Oh, gotta go, guys. See you next time. Goodbye. Hey guys, Redstone Chester here with a little bonus part, or part 2, I guess, to Mario Kart time. This is gonna be, what, 18 now? Sheesh. And it's time to go see how much we can destroy these outside drifting bike records by showing them the true power of the bullet bike. Also, if you're wondering what I meant by recording time, I mean my phone can only save video files up to 4 gigs in size, which is about 33 minutes and 3 seconds. Because these videos are, on my phone at least, the resolution appears to be 1080. And I just remembered I'm using an inside drifting bike. If you're an inside drifting bike player, don't try to get used to outside drifting bikes. It will screw you up. So don't run into the goodies. Not a good idea. So you got the bullet bike. This thing, with my Mii combo anyway, has freaking 70 drift and mini turbo. 70. Oh, and also 35 acceleration and 56 speed. So this thing is not bad at all by any means. Full bike. Coming through. Gonna wreck your day. If you don't know the way. One bike for the win! Woo! Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!